So the first song on Wrath is The Passing, which is an instrumental. And it's actually, it's one of my favorite pieces on the record. It's short, and there's no Randy, but it's
favorite piece on the record.
Well, not my favorite, but one of them. But it's just something really different for us. You know, it's got acoustic guitar and lots of guitar layers, and being one of the guitar players, it was a lot of fun to put all that together and to write it and to record it. Just something I've wanted to do for a long time is incorporate acoustic guitars and more melodic stuff into the context of Lamb of God. So The Passing does that.
In Your Words, the second track on Wrath. It's one of my favorites, definitely. Each record I try and expand my vocal range a little bit. On this one I tried a few things I haven't really done before. I wouldn't exactly call it singing, but I don't know, almost some clean vocals in there, but I think the song is pretty dynamic from start to finish. It has a nice range of things that we do encapsulated in one song.
So go and weave your
Set to Fail is the first single, if you will, off the record, and it's a fun song. It's another one of those kind of parking lot throwing beer bottles kind of songs. It's got that rowdy kind of groove to it. Fun guitar solo. I enjoy playing. We've been playing that one live in the set on this tour we're on right now. So.
Contractor is another one of my favorite songs off the record. Me and Mark had always talked about we wanted to do a punk rock song, And Contractor, I think, is pretty much the closest to a punk rock song we've done. It starts off real fast, in your face. It's political, sort of, and kind of reminds me of older Discharge at times, but it's real brutal in your face, and it ends in a pretty grooved manner. We've been playing this one live on this tour too, and that one's a bitch to sing, I'll tell you that much.
Everything you ever make me obey.
Fake Messiah is a song that Mr. Morton here actually wrote most of the lyrics to, if not all of them. I can't remember. I'd have to sing it to get through it. But that song is a pretty straightforward song, but it's one of the personal songs on the record. It's about someone way back in the past we were friends with, and money comes up, as it often does in this horrible music business, and we are no longer friends with this person due to the result of that. And it's about that, it's a disappointment encapsulated in music.
Grace is one of the first songs that I started writing for the record. I actually started writing that song while we were kind of on break after the Sacrament touring cycle. Sitting at I have a little studio in my home in Richmond. I just kind of stayed up a lot of nights late working on that one and working on the intro. And it was I actually made a demo of it and brought it in to the guys when we first started rehearsing, and just played a CD with my ideas for drum tracks, and which of course changed, but so that was like one of the first couple songs I wrote for the record, and it turned out pretty cool.
I can feel your fear and weakness. I see my own in the mirrors of your eyes.
Broken Hands it started off in a different format and got rewritten a couple of times. That song, at times, to me, is the closest we come to sounding like a hardcore band, almost. There's some really heavy parts. The verse is actually the chorus of the original. So, but that song is I always wanted to write a self-empowerment song, and that's what it's about. It's for the depressed people out there, You'll get through it, or get over it, or whatever.
Dead Seeds is another one we've been playing live on this tour, and I think it's a cool song. I think it's kind of textbook Lamb of God for me. It's got a bit of groove and kind of up tempo, and I don't think there's any, there aren't any surprise tricks or anything in it. I think it's just a real good textbook Lamb of God song. It's got some pretty heavy riffing in it, and it's a lot of fun to put on stage, and people are reacting to it well in a live set. Everything to Nothing is it's another kind of I don't want to say standard, but just like a real like meat and potatoes Lamb of God song, heavy riffing, and it's the lyrics are some that I helped write, and it's written about the effects of drug abuse on friends and family. I think we all know someone, or along the way that have suffered those sorts of obstacles. So that's what that song addresses. Choke Sermon is a song that our other guitar player Willie and myself kind of co-wrote the music to. A lot of times I'll bring one in on my own, or he'll bring one in on his own, but this is one that we worked on together. And I'm trying to think of a story about it. I remember that I was late in my tracking, so there's a guitar solo in it that I didn't finish. So I actually had to interrupt our bass player John for a little while he was tracking bass, and sneak into the studio and track the guitar solo on the fly during the bass sessions. But as it turns out, it came out really cool. But that was a case of me not doing my homework and having to show up on someone else's time and sneak in for a little bit. So thanks, John.
Reclamation is the last track on the album proper. It's my favorite track. Musically and lyrically and recording experience-wise. Mark and Willie had gone down to this place in Matthews County in Virginia to record the guitars at this awesome studio on the beach, and I came down for 2 or 3 days under the excuse of seeing how things were going, but really I just wanted to go to the beach for a while. So I went down there and cooked some food for them and stuff, hung out. The beginning of that song had an acoustic intro, and they decided to record it on the back deck of this studio, which was right there on the water. So you can hear the ocean waves lapping, you can hear me coughing and stuff in the background because I was holding an umbrella. And it was one of the few times during recording that I remember ever saying, as it was happening, okay, something special is happening right now, because I was just sitting there holding an umbrella to block the wind, and I was like, wow, this is going to turn out awesome, And the album ends with the song of the Virginia water lapping against the shore, and we were there. It was really cool, It's an apocalyptic song. I enjoyed it.